Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome back for more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. In the last part, we got here to the first dungeon after some exploration in Kakariko Village and some stuff in Hyrule. So, I think it's time we head off to the first dungeon, which... I guess I could bring up one thing about this game. There is a Game Boy Advance port, I guess you could say. It's kind of like a port slash remake of the GBA version of the on the Game Boy Advance. And I guess it's a good time now to bring up, like, that it is on Game Boy Advance. But also, in that version, it says it has, like, names for all the dungeons for, I'm actually not sure what reason, but it does. So, for now, I'm just gonna go by level 1, I guess. And, by the way, that part there, you kind of want to occasionally go to the sides for whenever the big boulder, like that one, comes by. But I guess I was through it fast enough so that the big boulder didn't come. I'm actually curious what you'd get if you go to the right. I want to say you get the dungeon map, but I'm not actually sure. Because usually I go to the left, and I don't know if I usually get the dungeon map. That looks like it would be the dungeon map up there, so let's go and get that. I got another red rupee, I'll definitely take that. These guys are really annoying. I would honestly like to get the, an item that could get rid of them, but I don't know if I can yet or not. Yeah, you get the dungeon map for all that. Pretty good. So the first dungeon, it's pretty self-explanatory, but the dungeons in this game are pretty big. There's generally a lot to them, and sometimes they have a lot of rooms in them. And this dungeon kind of gets you a good introductory type of feel for how big some of the dungeons can get later on. When I was saying about what systems this game is for, I'm currently playing this on the Wii Virtual Console, which yeah, I'm playing this on the Wii Virtual Console. That's just something I wanted to clarify right there first of all. And in addition to the ports of this game, there's also a compass in that chest, but there's also a sequel that was announced of this game earlier this year called A Link Between Worlds, which, actually I'll read this. Link, it is I, Sahasala. I can talk to you telepathically when you touch these tiles. Here's a hint. You can use the treasure hidden in this palace to defeat armored foes. That's a nice hint. Link Between Worlds, I haven't seen too much footage on it besides its, like, E3 trailer. So I'm looking forward to that. Like, I'm gonna be getting it at some point, and if it's any good, if it's any like this game, then I'll probably do a Let's Play of it at some point. Because, I mean, hey, Link to the Past is a really good game, and I have good faith that Link Between Worlds will be good too. I think that I remember there was a contest a few years, like a thing Miyamoto asked of which type of Zelda game would people want to see. A Link to the Past, like a Link to the Past remake, sequel, or Majora's Mask remake. And I personally would have rathered a Majora's Mask remake because I like that game a little bit more than I like this game. And just trust me that there's nothing else in that room besides the key that I already got. So, I'm actually not sure how to get that chest or what it contains. That looks like it gives me an idea of how to get it, but I don't know what in the world it contains, actually. So, I may go back and get that in a second. Because it looks, I actually didn't even know that chest was there until now. It's kind of weird. Oh crap, I don't think I can kill the green guy now. Because I think you need to throw a pot at him. Oh no, I can kill him with my sword. If you throw a pot at him, he's like, way easier though. It takes like a billion years to kill if you do this. But once you kill all them, I think those things are called anti-fairies or something. they'll just come all active and try to kill you, but they're not too threatening. They can steal, actually, they're actually really annoying, but because they steal magic and life, but I don't know. I don't really have any other words to describe about them. I would like to get back to the beginning of the dungeon, but I think since it's so close to the beginning of the dungeon, I'll just re-enter it later. We got the big key, and the thing about this game is that the dungeon items often require the big key in order to open these chests. And like in most Zelda games, you get the bow for the first dungeon. So, yeah, the bow is very simple. You just shoot it with Y, shoot arrows with Y, and oh my god, flying skulls. Now, I think this is the first time I can show this off. If you head down here, there will be some fairies here. If you take the bug catching net out, you can actually catch them. Now, it says here you caught a fairy, and it's definitely a typo or a mistranslation or something. I don't know what the hell it was supposed to be. But, yeah, fairy is not typically spelled F-A-E-I-R-E. And you can choose to keep them in your bottles. I'm probably going to get some fairies, actually, now that I think about it. Because fairies, basically, they'll revive you if you die. Like, they'll bring you back to life. And I'm going to get a few of these, because they can be very, very useful. Especially if you, like, happen to die later on or whatnot. So, let's continue on through the first dungeon. Now that we have the big key, we can go through this locked door. And, yeah, we have to deal with these guys, and... yeah, the bow is by far the best way to take those guys out, because it, kills them in one hit. And I think we're almost through this dungeon. There's a switch right there. You have some more of these guys. Arr! I don't know what. I'm kind of dry to think of ideas during this dungeon, because generally there's not too much to say. It's kind of just an introductory type dungeon. That room there, I do really like that room, but it's nothing special. These red guys, they can't be killed by pots or your sword. You have to use the arrow on them, and they take 2 arrows to kill and not just one, so they're a little more difficult. Also have this room here, and I think this is the last room before the boss, so keep that in mind. Gonna see if I can restock. One condition that I actually think I want to make in this Let's Play, and this is kind of going against typical 100% Let's Plays of mine, but, in order to upgrade, there's an option a bit later on in the game to upgrade your arrows and bombs, but it's not done through, like, a side quest or something. It's something that, basically, you just give hordes of money away at a time, and you can just get, like, a small upgrade to your arrows and bombs. To be honest, you really don't need that many of either in this game. Like, 30 for arrows is plenty, and there's not that many times outside the beginning of the game where you're gonna need more than 10 bombs, if any. So let's go to the first dungeon boss, Armos Knights. They're kind of tricky for a first boss. Each one I think takes a good number of hits, and they're kind of challenging, I'll say that much. Oh, jeez. This guy should be dead. Yeah. Okay, that was actually not that difficult. You get a heart container for defeating all of them, like a traditional Zelda game, which brings our total up to 6, and we get the pendant. I believe this is the pendant of courage, I want to say. Yeah, pendant of courage, for sure. Pendant of courage, take it to Sahasla. 2 pendants remain. That actually was a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I'm kind of surprised. So, since Shaharshala, or whatever you want to call him is, I think he's just around the corner here, is he not? Yeah, he's just in this house down here. And I actually have a bomb this time, so I can get what I wanted to get last time as well. Oh, you got the Pendant of Courage. Now we'll tell you more of the legend. 3 or 4 generations ago, an order of knights protected the royalty of Hylia. These Knights of Hyrule were also guarding the Pendant of Courage. Fortunately, most of them were destroyed in the Great War against evil that took place with the 7 Wise Men and created Seal. Among the descendants of the Knights of the Hyrule, a hero appeared. I see, Link. I believe you. You should get the remaining pendants and carry this with you. This is a treasure passed down by the families of men. I want you to have it. And he gives us the Pegasus Shoes. Now you can execute a devastating dash attack. Hold A for a short time. This thing makes speedruns so much better. Because that's basically what you're able to do. And there's a few secrets back here. You get 50 rupees, a bunch of bombs, and 50 more rupees. Now, I want to head back to the first dungeon, because there was that treasure chest that I actually, like, I've completely skipped over, and I'm really curious as to what's in it. So I will actually be making my way back there. Thankfully, with Pegasus boots, you can dash way faster this time. You can also, it's an attack as well, because you go right through enemies, so it's really useful. Alright, I'm back in the area where I thought where I saw that treasure chest, and I'm really curious as to what it is. Yeah, you get 100 rupees for all that. Wow, that is very useful this early on. You get a free 100 rupees just for doing that. That is very useful. Oh my god. I actually never knew about that until now. So, yeah, it's definitely worth your time. And it's easy to get to and very close to the beginning. So there really is, like, no reason you should miss out on that. Anyways, trying to leave this area is kind of a different story, but it's not too difficult. Yeah, you just gotta go over this way. Now, I have a bit of time left. I'm only 14 minutes into this. I kind of want to get some other stuff done in this episode, or at least one other thing anyway. Because the next thing I wanted to do is something that I really often forget to do, and it kind of screws me whenever the moment comes out temporarily. And that is that I want to make my way back to around where Kakariko Village is. Which, I don't really remember the best way to get there from here. I think I actually want to go a different way now that I think about it. I'm gonna head north instead of that way, because we can also explore a little bit more of Northern Hyrule and get a few more heart pieces as well. So, yeah, let's go. I don't think it's this way. Yeah, that leads to the castle. Don't want to go back there. I know I'm taking by far the most roundabout way to get back there, and to be honest, I probably don't need to do this. But you never know. It's honestly worth the adventure just to explore some stuff sometimes. Anyways, there's a secret here. I think this is a fairy fountain. Like, where you just get healed up. If I'm not mistaken, that's what's in here. Yeah, you can just get fully healed here. I wasn't planning on getting any heart pieces in this episode, so I honestly don't know if I will be or not, but there is a lot of stuff in this area, but I don't think we can get any of it yet, because a lot of this stuff is blocked off. Doesn't look like it. There is a lot in there that I would like to get later on, but it's not going to be anytime soon, that's for certain. Yeah, this area is starting to look a little bit more familiar to me now. Run. No. Oh, crap, I hate fighting the red guards. The red ones take, like, friggin', like, 4 or 5 hits to kill. It's pretty stupid, if you ask me. Take a long time to kill anyway, that's for certain. This isn't the... there is something here, I think. Bombs. Yeah, I kind of hate how easy some of these guards have have an advantage over hitting you. Okay, I'm finally in the area I wanted to be at. I don't know why I took the most roundabout way of getting there, but there's a library here, which has a book up here. And if you use the Pegasus boots, you can knock the book down and pick it up. This is the Book of Medora. You can use it to read the ancient language of Hylia, which comes in play quite a bit. We're gonna need it by the time we get to the next dungeon. So that's why I went and picked it up, because it's gonna be very, very useful. Yeah, I think we want to continue going on this way. At least I think, anyway. I did just think of another heart piece we could get, but I'm not sure if I want to get it now or not. And this is a heart piece you can technically get, like, really early on anyway. So I think in the next episode we're going to start off the second dungeon. I know, like, Link to the Past is one of those games that there's really not much you have to do between dungeons. There is something here, which I guess I'll show off. I don't really have any reason not to. But, yeah, if you head in this area here, if you want to get this treasure chest, you actually have to enter the area twice. You can get some more bombs there, which I do like, because I'll need some in a second. But if you head back in the area, this is actually something for way, way the hell later in the game, but it'll be useful for now. If you pull this lever on the right, I think the one on the left just activates a bunch of bombs. I'm not actually sure, but I don't really want to figure anything out, to be honest with you. It'll reveal this water flowing here, which dries up the lake a little bit, and there's a piece of heart landing right for us. So yeah, very, very nice to have. I'm not gonna fight a blue archer, because I do not like fighting those things. Take out the Dwebble. Pay no attention to the average middle-aged man standing by this sign. Leave him alone. Dot 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 dot. Okay. We'll just leave the average middle-aged man alone for a little bit. I will soothe your wounds and comfort your weariness. Close your eyes and relax. Thank you, Great Fairy. Alright, now it's time to go off to the desert. The desert is where the next pendant is located, actually. The third one, if I didn't show it, is way, way the hell across the map. It's all the way up here. So, it's gonna be a little bit of time before we go there. But anyways, the desert has lots of vultures, bombs, and wait for them to show up. We also have that tablet up there, which I wish we could access now, because I really like what that item is that you access from it, but we can't get it yet. Anyways, if you head up here, I believe there's a secret in this area. Ah, it is the Book of Medora. With it, you can read the language of the Hylia people. This guy gives you the hint that you need the Book of Medora. And the thing I don't quite understand, some walls, like the one back where Shahashla was, you can use the Pegasus boots to break open, as well as bombs, and some you can only use bombs. But for doing all that, we end up getting a heart piece. So, I think we're actually really close, like, on the screen where the next dungeon is. So, I think in the next episode, we're going to head off to the second dungeon. thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you like this one, please be sure to leave a like and a thumbs up. Actually, they're both the exact same thing. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Especially leave a comment. I love reading your guys' comments. And next time we'll be starting up level 2. So thank you, and I will see you guys then. Peace out.